masters for my weight, and some of these ankle locks I actually finished in the tournament. So these are some techniques that you guys are really gonna like. I'm gonna present some things that some of you haven't seen and some things that you have seen, but my intent is to essentially develop the things that you have seen and give you some new looks. A lot of us have seen ankle locks. These are techniques that are legal white belt all the way through black belt. So whether you're new to jiu-jitsu, whether you've been in it for 20 years, these are techniques that you'll be able to utilize at any level. And like I said, hopefully that I'm gonna be presenting you with some ideas and some techniques that you might not have seen, and kind of give you a fresh look and essentially break down mechanics that are very strong, foundationally strong. And we're also going to be looking at essentially putting a spin on ankle locks and kind of dynamic and unique ways to get there that you might not have seen before. So I'm really excited to share these ideas with you, and let's get going. Os. All right, guys, so we're going to take a look at finishing the straight ankle lock. This is a move that you know, white belt, blue belt, purple belts, all the way up can do this move. It's one that a lot of you have seen and some of you haven't seen before. So we're just going to kind of look initially at how to enter just into the position itself and what kind of mechanics we're going to be looking at in terms of finishing. Just sort of important things to focus on. So what we're going to do is enter in here. So I'm going to have Justin seated on his butt here. And I'm going to jump in on this leg here just for the purpose of demonstrating the technique. So typically when we're finishing an ankle lock, we're going to have to be in this almost seated single leg X position. So I'm going to have whichever leg is on the center line, that leg is going to be basically between he and I with the knee up high. This foot is going to be under the butt on the side that I'm attacking, and the attacking side, my strong side, that foot is going to be sort of here in the hip. And what I'm going to do is basically kind of clamp and control that hip. I don't want him to be moving too much. So with the legs, I'm just going to kind of like you pinch your knees on an armbar. I'm going to control the leg and I'm going to be pinching my knees, like I said, with one foot underneath his butt cheek here on the strong side, and my foot and my ankle kind of pushing him in the hip while I'm clamping down with both legs here. So that's what I'm doing with my legs. Now, just for the sake of demonstrating the technique, I'm going to show what I'm doing with my upper body. So there's several ways that you can finish an ankle lock. My preferred way is basically catching the Achilles and the heel with sort of my lower forearm. So what I typically do is when I'm in on this position, you don't want to be too high, right? So if I'm squeezing and I've got him here and his foot is way out the back, like I can squeeze and it's going to hurt, but it's not going to get the finish and I'm not going to be snapping any ligaments or anything in his foot. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that I'm choked up and in the right position. So what I like to do is basically slide back, and you kind of feel this catch. It's going to be different for everybody's leg because everybody's foot is different. But what I'm going to be doing is essentially tracing with my lower part here, my forearm. I'm going to be tracing and I'm going to feel kind of catch there on his leg. So I want to be basically all the way at the end of that lever. So like I said, if we're too high, we're not going to get a good mechanical finish. I want to be sunk back there. You can see I hit that lever and I'm pulling in with it. I'm not even squeezing, I'm not applying any pressure. I'm just catching the end of the ankle. So here, I've caught the end of the ankle. What I want to focus on now is this space here. So this is the big hole right here. In order to get a strong finish, I need to take all the freedom or all the slack basically out of his foot. And I do that by closing the space. So here, I've caught the end of the ankle. I'm going to use my support side hand here basically. I'm going to do kind of like almost like a high elbow guillotine kind of grip. And I want to pull this thing as high as I can up into my armpit and close off all that space. One thing I don't want to do from this position is kind of pulling too deep, because now I'm not really caught. I've kind of got the meaty part of my forearm on the back of his Achilles, which is, it's like finishing a basic choke. You're not going to use the broad side of your wrist, you're going to use the knife edge of your wrist. So I'm going to apply that same principle here. So I'm going to be catching, I'm going to be supporting with my support side hand, and I've got that blade of my wrist going into the back of his Achilles, and I'm high pulling to take out the slack. From here, I want to bring my elbow back and take out more of that slack. So not only do I want to bring my elbow back, but I also want to be squeezing with my lat as well. So this is one thing, but here I'm kind of too far forward. So to help me get higher on the foot, I'm going to be upright, I'm pulling back into the ankle, I'm going to clamp here and even more with my lat here. Now I've got a really strong hold on his foot. And as you can tell, it's already getting tight, like there's not much movement at all in here. And I haven't even begun to use my hips or do anything like that. So the goal is to take out as much slack as you can from the get-go. Let's just show that from another angle. So I'm going to be looking backwards just so you can sort of see a little bit better here what's happening with the ankle. So again, here we are. As you can tell, this is way too far forward. I'm not going to be able to get a strong finish here. So you're going to notice basically his foot is going to kind of disappear and get closer to my back here. So first things first, I'm going to be sliding my forearms down until I catch the ankle. Now you'll see that I'm going to high pull, and you see everything come up. You see my shoulders come up, you see my traps come up, you see my lats come up, everything's pulled high. Then to secure it, I'm going elbow back to take out that slack in that foot, and then I'm even going further, and I'm going to try to engage my lat if possible to really take all the slack out of that foot. Now from here, it's not like I don't even have another foot, I'm barely using my hips. It's just such a strong mechanical advantage that you have there that you're gonna break the foot without even engaging your hips. So you take out all the slack from the get-go, and if you can do that right, you need almost nothing at all with the hips to finish. You see guys in tournaments all the time. They look like they're looking for a hole in the mat or something, and they're just thrusting in, but they're not able to finish because they don't have the correct mechanic from the start. So you want to get higher on that foot. You want to take out all the slack with your elbow and with your lat, and then what you're going to do is bridge in. So I haven't shown that yet, so I'll just show how kind of all this looks in concert. So like I said here, support side foot is in under the butt. My strong side foot is going to be kind of clamping in on the hip here. Now I'm going to be working back. I'm going to grab, just for the sake of the drill, I'm just showing it without my foot in place. Now when I'm here, I'm going to be locked in, and here I'm on my elbow. Ideally, I want to be off my elbow. So what I want to do, there's two things I can do. One thing I can do is drop my shoulder right to the mat from here, kind of replace my elbow, and then I can just sort of bridge in and get the finish there. Another thing I can do if I'm really mean, which I am sometimes, is use that elbow to get myself away as I'm pushing Justin. So here I'm going to be pushing Justin with my feet and utilizing this elbow. I'm going to take his foot out for now, but I'm utilizing this elbow to move myself. So I'm going to be pushing on Justin. I'm going to be utilizing this elbow as a lever and basically getting dual action on the foot. All right, guys, so we were talking about how we need to position our body basically on the leg. So what we're going to have is the feet clamped down on the hip. We're already choked up on the foot here. We're low on the forearm, and I'm high pulling basically. And if you'll notice, and we'll just change this angle quickly here. When I'm doing all these things to take the slack out of the foot, here there's play, right? When I push it down, there's still some play. When I squeeze it, essentially every little move that I'm doing is taking slack out of the foot until you just have to put a tiny bit of pressure to finish. So here, you'll notice I'm high pulling, it's coming back into my body, and then this elbow down and lat down is turning it's literally crunching the toes. So if you ever get like a super strong handshake from a dick, they like grab your hand and try to crush your knuckles. We've all been there. That's what you don't have strong enough hands. So that's what we want to do here with the foot. So we're going to basically be giving that dick handshake to the foot. We're going to be grinding it here. So we're going to do that by pinching the elbow and coming back with the scap. So you'll see I'm high. I'm going to be pulling back, and I can feel those bones like grinding, and that's taking out a lot of the play in the foot. Now, I mentioned we hip in to finish. There's kind of a certain way that we want to do that. So here, let's go this way to start. So here, I'm in on the ankle. I got my partner down on the hip. This is kind of an important portion here. But here, a lot of people have a tendency to feel like they need to be close and to feel like they need to look at their opponent like you seeing how they're reacting to their ankle is going to change if you break it or not. I don't give a shit about what this guy's doing. To me, he's ugly. He's the ugliest guy. Not him specifically. Could be anyone. He's a very handsome guy. Any opponent you have is ugly as hell. So you don't want to look at him. I've seen so many people in here on the hip, and they're like hitting in like, oh my God, am I going to finish this thing? I don't care what he's doing. That is completely irrelevant to me. For me to actually get a strong finish, I can't bridge in. I can't hip in here. The point is I've isolated and basically trapped this leg to take away the movement in the knee. I'm clamping down on the knee here to take that motion out, and I'm clamping it on the foot. The only thing that's free right now is the ankle, and then that's what we're attacking. So here, I'm ready to finish, but I hit in, and I'm like, oh my God, why can't I get this thing? He's looking at me like, dude, have you ever done this before? So what we need to do is, like I said, we don't care about what this guy's doing. We don't care what faces he's making. If he's calling me names, we don't give a shit about any of that. We want to look away from him. That's going to help us finish. So here, if I'm close and I'm hitting in, I've got no power. If I'm able, let's just say, to make life easy for Justin here, I'm just going to drop down on my shoulder directly. To get this finish again, I'm not going to look at him. This is hard for me to hip into. I want to look away, and I want to be turning my body away as I bring my hands with me. Some people I see look away, and they forget to hit in, and look how low the foot is now. So I still want to be high pulling. I still want to be down, and now I want to be looking away, almost bellying down as I'm elongating his leg. Let's see that from the head angle. So once again, this will probably better exemplify what I'm doing with my leg to get finished. So here, I'm in. I've got my Achilles grip basically on the heel with my forearm. I'm high pulling, I'm elbowing, and I'm scapping to take out all that free space. And I'm here. Again, from this angle, you'll be able to see here, there's no power at all. I'm not moving my body. I'm not unwinding. You want to unwind all this energy that you have built up here. So what I want to do is drop, and now I'm going to look at you. And when I look at you, that's inherently, he's already tapping. That's bringing my hips into his leg, and it's elongating the leg. I'm creating distance between his hip and the end of the lever here. Like I said before, every other degree of freedom essentially in the leg has been accounted for. I've trapped everything down. I've got his foot, and by looking away, it's helping me to basically pull his foot off of his shin. So again, I'm in here. I'm high pulling. I've done everything right to get this set up, but I can't finish because I'm looking at his mustache. Not interested in looking at his mustache a little bit. So I'm here on the elbow. I'm going to drop down, and just inherently by looking, I'm not even really bridging in. I'm just kind of looking right now, and I can already tell it's tight. So what I want to do then is bring my hips forward and look away, and that's going to get the finish. Okay, guys, now we're going to be looking at a finish that is a little less common probably than the forearm finish that we just looked at. This is going to be kind of like a rear naked choke finish on the ankle lock with my layout finish. So basically, I'm going to have Justin here on his back, and I'm going to show it from me standing. It's just a little bit of an easier way to kind of see what I'm doing. So what we're going to do here, just again, sort of for demonstration purposes, on this lock, I'm not going to be going to my lower forearm. I'm actually going to be reaching all the way through with my arm and catching the heel and the Achilles with my elbow. And basically, where I want the foot, ideally, is plastered right here. I want the bone here on the knuckle of his big toe, and basically the inside of his heel. I want that plastered up against my ribs here. That's going to give me the best finish. I'll just show it right now, and then we'll go into the details. So for the sake of the drill here, what I'm going to do is just reach way down, like I'm trying to touch his other foot here. So I'm going to go way down, so then that way there's enough clearance for me to wrap my elbow underneath the Achilles. If I just go like this, I'm not going to be in the right spot. So that's why I kind of exaggerate this move, because you want to be elbow deep. So here, I'm going to reach down and basically catch it here with my elbow, and I'm going to be kind of pulling it almost across my body this time. So again, when I'm elbow deep, I'm kind of driving it more into my side than I am up like it was with the forearm before. So here, this pressure is stapling or basically sticking that foot to my ribs. So again, I'm down, I'm going to reach, I'm going to pull up and across simultaneously very deep with this arm. So here I'm reaching, I'm building, I'm catching, and here you can tell, ideally, I don't want to have any of this daylight back. Again, if I'm here, like this might hurt, this is going to be annoying, but it's not going to have any sort of finish. I want this here so that it's almost like I'm going to be catching his foot here and pulling his shin almost offline with my arm. And when you get this finish, you're going to kind of feel like you're going to dislocate the entire foot. Before, you're kind of stretching it and pulling. On this one, it's going to feel like a clean break almost. So here, again, I'm reaching down, and I'm going to try to catch that Achilles on the first go. So I'm coming low, I'm catching it, I'm pulling it up. As I'm pulling it up, I'm trying to basically get it in that sweet spot. Here, I'm going to tighten it up. Some people will go hand on the shin like this. Some people will just kind of keep this nice and tight. That's actually what I prefer to do because it's doing that same effect that you do on the first one. So instead of support hand high pulling, I'm basically coming across, and that's jamming that foot into my ribs, and I'm keeping the pressure here, and this is making it even more. So I'm utilizing my elbow and the strength of that joint to support the hand, and I'm throwing this other hand kind of to my shoulder, so it's taking a lot of the slack out. Now, once I'm in this position, there's a number of ways to finish, but I kind of just want to go almost back flat. The point is, you just want to get your hips into it. It's kind of a quick submission, something you would snap on more than anything. So that I don't dislocate his ankle, I'm going to let it go as I drop. But the idea is I'm here, and immediately I just want to get my back to the mat, and I want to do it faster than he can stand up. So with kind of letting this go, I'm here. I'm literally just going to step square and go back flat. Again, I let it go because otherwise there's no way that his foot is going to go. It's going to stay attached to his body. So the reason that I want this stapled in tight, it's two things. One, we talked about those degrees of freedom before. We talked about taking out the slack in the foot. When I'm here, I take out all the motion. So as you can tell, his big toe is in my rib, his foot is in my rib, and basically this is almost in my armpit sort of. And it's very difficult for him to move his foot in any direction already. He can go back and forth a little bit with his foot, but he's not going to be kicking it through, and he's not pulling it out. So it's kind of right in that sweet spot. And he can't go side to side with it. So he can't go back and forth, he can't go side to side. And now that I'm here, the other thing is this foot, if this is here, and I'm a little too low, or too high rather on the ankle, if I go back here, he can get that foot to the ground. Like, yeah, now I'm in trouble here, right? Like, you can play from here, but you don't want to be there, you want to get the finish. So by being lower on the ankle and trapping the toes, there's no way that he's getting his foot on the ground. Here, that foot is going to beat me, that's beating behind my back, it's going to get to the ground first. Yeah. So here, if it's up off the mat and it's in here on my ribs and in my armpit, it's not getting to the mat. My back is going to get there first. Physically, it's not ever going to touch the mat. So when I throw my foot back, when I throw my back back, that foot is going to stay up and I'm going to be fully extended, and that's not going to have anywhere to go. We'll talk about this later, but in defending foot, straight ankle lock specifically, if you get your foot flat, you're in a good place because they can't go past that range that's connected to the floor. You're not going to beat the floor. Here, you don't have to even contend with the floor because it's off the mat. So here, it's in my back. I'm going to kind of, on this one, like I said, be square, just kind of back foot my back to the mat here. And when I do that, again, I'm going to go easy, but you'll see, you can't even see his foot. It's trapped in here. And it's impossible for it to get. He's doing a zen right now. He's getting in the zen zone because this is tight. And like I said, trying for it to not even be tight. Again, I've got all the slack taken out, and I can get my back to the mat, but well before then, that foot's gonna break because, like I said, it's never gonna make contact. This here is safe. When it's up and then I'm bending into it, that's the only place it has to go. So let's look at that one more time from this kind of straight on angle here. So again, we're here, just for the sake of the drill. I'm gonna kind of duck and reach down here like I'm trying to touch his foot or his grip, and I'm gonna go elbow deep and catch it. Now, I'm gonna kind of hit in and high pull it, and now I'm elbow under the Achilles, and his foot is basically right where I want it to be. I want it to be trapped here, almost in the front of my ribs. I'm going to be high pulling here with my lateral grip and kind of reaching my shoulder to take out all that slack. You can't see it, but he's about to cry. He's got a very good mustache though, so he'll probably not cry. He's too tough. So I'm going to go back 5 here. So again, I'm going to step square, go foot to foot here, and I'm going to let this go because it's hard to stop myself from falling. But basically, I'm going foot to foot, and I'm going to go back flat. And we're right where we want to be. You can tell here, for one, he's got no chance of getting up and defending this. No chance. I'm throwing my back down quickly to the mat, so I'm going to beat him to that punch. Gravity's going to help me. He has to fight against gravity to sit up. You can see the foot. There's no way it's going to touch the mat. It's not even close. I'm going to beat him to that before I even get my scap down to the mat. So again, that is the Mataleo finish. Again, I wouldn't say it's as common as the forearm finish, but it's a good variation. Okay, guys, so here, just for the sake of this drill, I've been showing kind of different portions that have been looser or tighter just so that I'm really not breaking his ankle. But I want to be doing all these things together. So, like I said, I want to be reaching very low and I want to be elbow deep on the leg here. I don't want to be forearm grip deep. I mean, you can still sort of finish this. It's a little bit more kind of lunky, like WWE finish. There's the chance that they can do it too and kind of invert and stuff because you don't really have it as locked down as you should. But again, this is kind of a quick move. This is one you're going to throw on, and like I said, if you're standing, you're going to throw it on just to get a quick finish. Maybe there's not much time left on the clock during competition, and you kind of are just sending the Hail Mary. You just need something to go for. You need an advantage even. So again, here, I'm going to be down. I'm going to be reaching elbow deep through. I don't want to reach, obviously, back behind my leg. I want to reach in front of my leg and go and get this foot and go elbow deep here. Now again, I'm going to be kind of like playing with it as I'm bringing it up to get it in the right spot. I'm going to support that hand with my elbow. I'm not going to go through that. That's going to be about as stable as you can get. And I'm coming up here on my shoulder basically to support. I'm going to be driving in to kind of get in the right position. And now that I'm here, I'm going to be dropping to my back, nice and slow. And again, I want all these things happening at once. I want to be elbow deep. I want to be supporting. I want to be kind of clamping down on that foot to take out the range. And I'm going to throw my foot, or rather my back, to the mat before his foot gets there. That's the point. That's why I've got it locked in here. So again, it's locked. I'm just going to slowly, he's ugly still. Same idea. I don't want to look at him and go back because I'm going to elongate the leg. I just want to throw myself underneath so I can get back flat quicker. And that's going to take all of the freedom out of that ankle. And that's what's going to help us to get the finish there. So again, a little less common than the typical forearm finish that we just looked at, but one that you can employ when maybe they're putting on the boot, or like I said, if you just need to snatch kind of a quick sub from standing, it has its place. So want to look at that one and the forearm finish. Those are kind of the two main finishes that you're going to see for the handwalk.